Welcome back, my friends, to TFT Hyperroll with Autarch. And yes, I'm on a different one of my alts, one where I haven't got a Pixiemander. And if you're wondering why I always jump on different alts, it's because of this. If I go on my main, I am waiting between 3 and 5 minutes to get a match, and my goal with Hyperroll is to do things quickly. So yeah, this doesn't work out. But back to our game, we have selected completed Anvil. And as I said in a previous video, when you start with an anvil, whether it be for a regular item, components, or a radiant, etc., wait to open it until you have a pretty good idea of which way your match is going to go. That's when you can make the best decision as to what item is going to fit with your team. Here we had no clue going into the first set of augments, and here's the deal. If you see Metalheads, take it. You're pretty much guaranteed top 4, if not first. It gives you 4% healing of max health of all your Pentakill champions, which are likely going to be most of your team, plus 12 seconds of immunity to crowd control. So it's really going to give them a chance to power up in a way that no other augment is going to for really anything else. And I find this even stronger than the 8-bit execute, which is a really good one that we'll show a video for later in the week. I'm holding on to the Tahm Kench here because I'm thinking of going Pentakill Bruisers, as that's a pretty effective combination. So I'm not dumping Tahm Kench to get the additional Kale, but because I know I'm going to have a 2-star, I go ahead and make the Rageblade. Items here, not anything I really love, but Deathblade can easily go on Gnar. He's pretty effective with it, and I always like having a Rageblade on Kale, who can do a ton of damage from the backline. And I find often this game loves throwing Pentakill Olafs at me, but today it's just not cooperating. So I am so far without a headliner, but it doesn't seem to be hurting the comp at all. And you can get a pretty good idea of why I find this augment so strong. These little bits of burst healing work really well, keeping the champions up, and since Pentakill gets stronger as they get kills, it all just works together. Second set of augments are prismatic, but nothing here I really love, so we're going to go ahead and re-roll them, and as I'm re-rolling them, I'm not getting what I really want out of this. So with really nothing else to go on, I decide to go with Harm Assist simply because it will provide more healing. Also, I go ahead and put a Hextech Gunblade on Kale. I found that extremely helpful in this build because that will allow Kale to dole out healing to the rest of the team. Since we now have Set, we do not need Tahm Kench anymore, so we can bring in Mordekaiser. Now, normally I would be at 5 Pentakill by this point because I'd have a headliner, but we still have not gotten a headliner. But notice, it's really not hurting the comp. This augment really is that strong. Luckily, we are able to find an early Karthus that brings us up to the 5 Pentakills, but really, it almost feels like it doesn't matter. You can see that the team is just wiping out opposing teams, in this case, without losing a single member of the band. And now that we have Karthus, we're looking for Karthus items. In a perfect world, I'm getting a Spear of Sojin, a Jeweled Gauntlet, and a Rabadon's Death Cap. But ultimately, it's about power and mana, so any combination that will get you there will work. It is time for the final augment. Nothing super exciting here. Capricious Forge is not bad, so we're going to hold on to that for a moment, but once I see Crash Test Dummies, that to me is better than Capricious Forge, then nothing else. I love Crash Test Dummies because it will provide a stun. Pentakill is, by definition, a fast kill team, so if you can stun them for a short time at the beginning of a match and get ahead and start getting kills, you're going to do well. We got a Tome of Traits. I was hoping for Pentakill, but Executioner will do nicely as it pairs well with Karthus. And allow me to point out once again, it's 7-2. We have not lost a match. We have no headliner and have not had a headliner this entire game. This augment is a little bit broken.
It is time for our final item component, and now that we've locked in Executioner, Jeweled Gauntlet becomes even more important because you want to just keep increasing crit chance. But mana is important too, so we're going to go with the Adaptive Helm. Would rather have Spear of Sojin, but it didn't really give us that choice if we wanted the Jeweled Gauntlet. We run into the other Pentakill team that does not have Metalheads. They do have a headliner, Karthus, with a Spear of Sojin and Jeweled Gauntlet, but it's not going to matter. We just chew through them. It's time for an item choice, and I'm really looking for a Karthus Enhancer here, but it's just not there. I'm kind of set in terms of AD. I could shore up the front line a little, so I decide to go with Crown Guard for set, and then I can make use of a couple of the items I have on the bench. I was a little torn between doing Protective Cowl or Titan's Resolve. I decided on Titan's Resolve because we are using Mosher right now. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to flip out Viego for Olaf, since Viego was ultimately a better unit, even though we're losing Bruiser as a result. Now this game's getting a little crazy, but it is showcasing what I kind of wanted to showcase when I started it, which is how OP this particular augment can be. I have locked, but I'm deciding right now, do I want to get the Karthus headliner, or do I want to try to do an entire game without ever getting a headliner? I grabbed the Yorick for sure, he's going to be part of the build. He is a Mosher and a Pentakill. Then decide to roll away from the Karthus, and maybe try doing this without a headliner. Item choice, I really want a Karthus item, but it ain't there. I need like a Rabadon's Death Cap or Archangel Staff or something else that's going to give me power, so we're just going to go ahead and work more on the front line. Now let me just say something else. When you make videos, you are constantly looking for an angle in every game, and while it was wrong from a play perspective to pass on that Karthus, for the sake of making a video, you want to try different things that could be cool. Now I lock here, just in case I want to grab the Karthus Pentakill. In my head, I said if I lose this match, I'm going to give up on the idea of trying to go without a headliner, gonna grab the Pentakill Karthus, because that will ensure me the win here. Lost the match. Okay, we're going to go ahead and grab Pentakill Karthus, so we'll pick up the headliner, but either way, we were into the top 4. But still not getting that third Karthus item. I'm going to essentially get one more shot at items, and I'm really hoping for a damage amplifier, because the reality is that's going to be the difference between winning and losing this game. Karthus is going to have to be strong, the front line's going to do really, really well, but we're going to need that extra power in the end. With our last 2 item choices of the game, there's an Archangel Staff. I'd rather have a Rabadon's Death Cap, but I will take it. Then it's just a matter of whatever else I want. My front line's pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and get Nashter's Tooth for Kale to speed up her casting even more. As you can see, I'm grabbing random 4 costs here and there to buy and sell because I have a second 2-star Karthus on the bench and feel that there is a chance to take him up to 3 stars. And this team is going to be the hardest one to deal with because they are full Executioner with Akali and a 3-star Samira with fantastic items. They're going to be able to chew through the front line. So it's really, does Karthus knock things out or not? This time the answer was not. We go against the Ghost team, which is always just a little bit easier, but I had positioned my dummies over to the right because I knew that was the part of their team I wanted to stun because I wanted to be able to get ahead of them. Always look for that when you're running those crash test dummies because where they stun is going to be important. Often I just separate them, but if you see a power part of their team, aim for it. And I've 2-starred the Yorick, so I see another one, grab it, roll, and there are the last 2 Karthuses. And here is yet again another gold 3-star Karthus, which has happened so many times this season, more than any other 4-cost champion I have gotten all season, including Caitlyn, which is the build I use the most, the Rapid Fire Guardians. I even made a whole video about just dealing with 3-star Karthuses, but this will be the ultimate difference maker here. Their team is very strong, but a 3-star Karthus with enough protection to cast at least twice, yeah, that's going to end a team and the game. GG for everyone. Moral of the story, if you see Metalheads, grab it, go Pentakill. You'll make top 4, headliner or not. Hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, have an absolutely awesome day.